Welcome back. Welcome back. How you guys doing? Boy just woke up from a good old nap, and boy is tired as shit. I don't care. Boy is too tired on this Wednesday. For some reason, on Wednesdays I'm always tired. I don't know why. I don't know why. Well, your boy stays tired on Wednesdays. But besides the case, we're back with Why Doesn't America Watch F1? You guys know I am from the States. And it is a bit crazy because some of y'all maybe from the States as well, but if you look at Sports Center, like the other, sports channels, ESPN just in general, you don't ever hear about F1. Yes, but the thing is, F1 does show, F1 does broadcast on ESPN, ESPN2, stuff like that. But you don't really ever hear the actual show, like the shows on ESPN talk about it. Which is crazy. Like I said, how you gonna broadcast a show on your channels but not talk about it? But I think they did talk about the Verstappen and Lewis Hamilton rivalry from last year. But like I said, actually it's weird to me. I don't know why they don't really broadcast it probably because most of America don't really care for F1. But also going back to the video yesterday, which I told you guys about Chaz Racing coming to 2025. One of y'all, I'm looking at the comment right now. I'll be totally in for Walmart, Chaz Racing, Nike F1 team. I don't like Walmart. I don't like Walmart. But shout out to you, Zach Taylor, for making that comment. That's not gonna be a name. That ain't gonna be a name. That ain't gonna be a name. But anyway, let's go and get into the video and see why F1 doesn't really is not really messing in America.
Have aired since the last time an American won a Formula One race. All of them. Every single episode. In that time, the Berlin Wall has fallen down. J.K. Rowling wrote all 7 Harry Potter books, and the UK and Germany won a combined 22 F1 Drivers' World Championships. F1 itself grew to become one of the most popular sports in the world. But there's one nation of motorsport lovers that F1 has consistently struggled to win.
People like NASCAR here more personally, I think.
Obviously, the Formula One group wants to change that and has made it their aim to conquer the US. But how does a sport with minimal links to America compete with the likes of IndyCar, NASCAR, and baseball? Welcome.
And basketball, and American football.
Welcome to Athletic Interest. In this video, we learn how Formula One is planning to take over America and whether the key to success lies in rediscovering an American F1
Shout out to the Athletic Interest as well.
Liberty Media, the American media company which purchased F1 in 2017, has been on a relentless push to make the sport popular in the US. In the words of their CEO, "Our strategy in the future will be to be more present in the US. It's a work in progress, but I can guarantee to you there is now big interest in the USA with Formula One." F1 is certainly a lot more popular than it used to be, but there were times when most Americans thought Formula One was a special brand of baby food. Liberty Media's strategy for winning over the American audience can be condensed into one simple phrase: the more you know, the more you enjoy.
Right.
Formula One understands that as viewers consume the races, they are constantly developing the knowledge of the sport. The deeper we invest ourselves intellectually and emotionally, the greater levels of enjoyment we receive from watching the races. If you have no knowledge of Formula One, you might switch off after a few minutes of watching someone drive around in an oversized can of Red Bull.
Shut up!
If you are already aware of how tire strategies, weather conditions, and inter-driver rivalries can dramatically alter the outcome of the race, you might stick around and see what happens. Formula One has developed a number of tools to help educate Americans about the sport and trigger their desire to consume the races. Liberty Media transformed Formula One into the fastest growing sport on social media.
Engagement growth between 2019 and 2021. Golly. Damn. That's pretty good. That's very, very, very good. Engagement growth. That's good. Jesus. That's good. Very impressive. Very impressive. But I think you can add with that, obviously, they race in Texas, I think Austin, I think, and Miami as well. Um, and like I said, with the constant showings on TV stuff like that, there will be new F1 fans who are now entering sports, looking to be like, what is this about? Who is this driver? I'm gonna support this driver, and it just goes from there.
Through post-race analysis, interviews, highlights, and technical breakdowns, F1 is providing millions of potential fans with access to a crash course in everything they could possibly want to know. If you are someone who loves watching documentaries and continuously talking about them with vaguely interested friends, Formula One has you covered. The Drive to Survive series, produced by Netflix, is a massive hit across the globe and has proven to be incredibly effective at creating new...
Y'all been saying it's capped though. I haven't watched it yet.
The series makes...
I haven't watched it because I just finished up Narcos Mexico. But I may actually just dip my feet in it, just to see, dip my toe in it, just see what's going on. Just dip my little toe. Just dip my little
Sport
toe.
very accessible and gives everyone entertaining insights into how F1 actually works.
Y'all been saying it's capped.
For
Some y'all
example,
say it's
the
good.
complex and often ruthless driver transfer market, known as the silly season, is explained using intimate interviews with at-risk driver Nico Hülkenberg and shadowing his daily life as he tries to secure a seat for the following season.
You can be lucky I had my first coffee, otherwise you'd be right out the window.
Another way of winning over new fans is to bring the action directly to their doorstep. Liberty Media are keen to boost American exposure to Formula One by hosting a greater number of races in the US. Since 2012, the only US Grand Prix has been held at the Circuit of the Americas in Austin, Texas.
Right.
The 2012 US Grand Prix was the first in 4 years. This hiatus was triggered by a decline in interest, coupled with the fact that the crowd at the 2005 Grand Prix at Indianapolis spent most of the race booing.
Damn.
A second US Grand Prix at the Miami Hard Rock Circuit has finally been added to the 2022 calendar. This was not a simple achievement. Numerous plans to find a second race in the US failed, and the Miami project was met with a furious backlash from locals. At the end of the day, it is still a success, and a good sign for the future of F1 in America. Races on site are one thing, but the really big audiences are only reached via broadcasts.
I forgot about Indy as
When
well.
Liberty Media took over F1, they decided to throw away a $40 million 5-year contract with NBC. Why? Because they were launching their own subscription-based streaming service. In essence, F1 wanted to be in competition with the TV stations that were paying them millions. Unsurprisingly, NBC rejected this deal. In response, Liberty Media gave the rights to ESPN for free and launched F1 TV.
For free.
F1 understands that viewers are more likely to consume free content and use ESPN to give fans an entry point into the sport. Once hooked and pumped full of information using the tools mentioned before, fans are given the opportunity to purchase a subscription to F1 TV to gain access to exclusive information not shown through the live broadcast, including unique camera angles, exclusive data, and non-stop team driver radio communications.
The engine was going much slower than before. Amazing.
Adding a greater number of tracks and boosting engagement through education are effective strategies. But one of the underlying reasons why F1 has struggled in America is the lack of a US driver.
Which I've always said, which would be very beneficial for this country. If they had just you don't even need multiple. If you just have one US driver, then it's gonna just bring more people, especially driving fans here. Like, you know what I mean? Just having driving fans here just in general be like, oh, we have a American driver, in F1. Boom, you know what I mean? Jesus Christ, my bad. It's just boom, you know what I mean? Let me keep track of this driver. Shit, you know what I mean? Like, I think if we did have a US driver, I would personally, I mean, you guys know, I do. My favorite driver is Leclerc. But if he also had a US driver as well, I will support him as well. Because you want to see somebody from like your home state your home country doing well. You know what I mean? Like, I think that's what a lot of Americans don't. That's why they don't really watch it. Like he said, there's no U.S. driver from the States, so why should I care? Unless you're just a fan of like F1 in general. But having a U.S. driver, I think, will bring in more fans. Which he's about to explain, I'm assuming.
American F1 driver boost the popularity of the sport?
But
in the
I
US?
think we did have
There's plenty
one
of
before.
evidence to suggest a positive response to this question.
We did have
Christian
one, I thought.
Pulisic and Yao Ming are perfect examples of how national heroes can almost instantly boost a sport's appeal in their home nations. When Christian Pulisic joined Chelsea in 2019, the Premier League saw an instant boost in their US fan base.
Cringe.
Pulisic's debut for Chelsea against
Hey,
Manchester
my
United
boys.
set an
Not
NBC
Chelsea, though.
record for the most US viewers of a football match.
GGMU.
Even more astonishingly, over the 2019-2020 season, Pulisic sold more replica shirts in the US than Cristiano Ronaldo. Probably even more impressive is the impact that Yao Ming had on the NBA's popularity in China.
Yeah.
After joining the
Skyrocket.
Houston Rockets in 2002, becoming an 8-time NBA All-Star, there are now over 600 million Chinese basketball fans, and China is considered to be the NBA's largest international market. But does it also work in Formula One? Take the case of Robert Kubica. His return to the sport in 2019 saw viewing figures in Poland increase by 256%.
Dang.
Or the case of Max Verstappen. The sport has seen a 30% uplift in Dutch fans across all demographics. An incredible 2 million Dutch people tuned in to watch Verstappen's victory in Mexico. That's 11% of the entire population. An American driver would be the perfect hook for potential fans who don't know enough about F1 to fall in love with the sport. But even without an American driver, does the strategy of boosting US support by educating potential fans work? Since 2017, Liberty Media has overseen a gradual increase in the popularity of F1, and TV figures are also speeding ahead. In the 2021 season, viewing figures are reported to have topped 1 million. But the much celebrated 1 million viewers has room for improvement when compared to the Premier League. NBC has suggested that close to 10 million Americans watch Premier League football, and big matches with the likes of Manchester
I don't cap. I wanted to.
United and Chelsea can claim over 1 million viewers. However, only 10,000 people signed up for F1 TV in the first year. But Liberty is playing the long game. Morgan Stanley predicts that close to 250,000 Americans will sign up to F1 TV by 2027. And there are opportunities for much larger growth, with close rivals
1.8
IndyCar
rating?
boasting over 69 million fans across the country. But this also shows that F1 is attempting to break into a competitive market and win over viewers who have grown up with a motorsport culture that doesn't automatically feel at home in Monaco or Azerbaijan. Liberty Media's current strategy has proven to be relatively successful, but the sport has a long way to go before it challenges the likes of IndyCar or the Premier League. Formula One's future in the US would be given a massive boost with the introduction of an American driver. But that's easier said than done, with a country desperate for greater investment into its karting infrastructure if it ever hopes to produce a world champion again. You want the American F1 experience, but you are not living in the US? Then you should check out our video sponsor NordVPN. NordVPN lets you easily change your virtual location with a click, which allows you to watch events not available in your country. Whether you want to watch NBA, football, or Formula One, with NordVPN, the internet becomes a place without barriers, and you never miss your favorite sport. It takes just a click. Open the map, click on the location, and you'll be connected in seconds. It's that easy. And you can use it on 6 devices, even on your smart TV. Go to nordvpn.com/athleticinterest to get 73% off the 2-year plan, plus 4 additional months.
We're gonna stop it there. But again, shout out to Athletic Interest. Very, very good video. But yeah, like I said, hopefully we do get to see one. I would love to see one. It's just who? Who is it gonna be? Who's gonna be an F1 driver? Shit, could be your boy. Let me stop anyway. You guys don't forget to like and sub. Comment down below, you guys, thoughts and reactions to the video. I'll see you guys later.